Check out this all new RPS 300 Cruiser, liquid cooled. You heard me right, liquid cooled. Some of the main features are a counterbalanced 302.5 cc, 26.82 horsepower, 18.44 torque, 4-valve, 11-to-1 compression, full function display cluster, 88 mile per hour claim top speed, LED headlight, turn signals, and brake light. Comes with a center and side stand. BOSCH electronic fuel injection, 3.57 gallon fuel tank, 520 O-ring chain, 58.8 miles per gallon fuel economy, 6-speed manual transmission, weighs 352.8 pounds, ABS front and rear brakes, alloy rims with a seat height of 29.16 inches, adjustable rear shocks with the gas chamber, standard controls. Take this baby for a ride. Definitely gonna need some gas. I put about almost 2 gallons in. Get some drone video first. Feels like the 250 with more power.
6 speed screaming down the open track. Growling with the wind in my back. 4-valve singing in a symphony of fire. Grip the throttle tighter, chasing higher and higher. RPS Cruiser tearing through the night. Power and style in the pale moonlight. 6 gears to freedom, leave the world behind. The road is my kingdom, my throne's the ride.
Suspension's nice so far, same as a 250. So of course we have to break this in. Hope it's not too windy with this helmet. Yeah, you can feel it's got more power. 6-gear pull, about 4,000 RPM, but being 4-valve should really shine on higher RPMs now. We're not going to do a timed run yet because we got to break it in. Oh yeah, you can feel that extra power for sure. That was 0 to 50 and it pulls right into the rev limiter. Didn't want to do that, but it did. You can feel the power difference. Oh, it's what, like 8 more horsepower than the 250. I probably want to put my full face on if I'm going to be doing 88 miles per hour. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel the extra power that the liquid cooled and another 50 cc's gives you. So I did notice the ABS light does come on when you first turn it on and start it until you roll. Then once it senses the ABS sensors, it shuts off the ABS light. Feels like you might be able to go up 1 tooth like we did on a 250 Cruiser. Won't know until we hit the highway. And I want to get a few miles on it before I start revving it out crazy. I want to see these engines make it in a dual sport next. Like my KPX 250. That'll be fun. Because it is a Honda clone variant. 4-valve per cylinder head. Go fill her up.
If my heart beats steady and true, chrome and shadow cut the highway in two. Demand the road to answer your call. Lean into the curves, don't fear the fall.
Yeah, these Cruisers are nice, man. They're so nice and light. And now to get more horsepower, liquid cooled makes it even more enjoyable. I mean, if you want a bike to learn on, holy cow, this is it. Especially if you're not very tall. Even sounds a little meaner than a 250. Racetrack. Finds neutral easy. Put some 93 in her. Made a custom song for the Cruiser. How you guys like that one? I try not to overfill these. Just because. Let's cruise. 7 miles. Oh, just felt the fan kick on for the radiator. So that's working properly. And it's a hot one today. It's going to be 92, so. Oh yeah. See? And that was in the red. Fan kicked on and pulls it out of red. Of course, when you're moving, you get enough air through the radiator. Gas tank's reading full now. On a Cruiser, I always worry about hitting the pegs, but the 250 pegs were pretty high. These seems high too. Oh, this is a perfect little Cruiser now. It's got enough power. We'll have to hit the Florida Turnpike. My next ride, I'll do a pretty good ride for you. But my impressions so far are, I like it. Nice light little Cruiser for around town, or actually you can do a small commute now because the thing's got enough power to hit the highways. Low to the ground, lightweight. This is probably the ultimate learning machine right now. Remember the little Rebel 250s? Everybody loved those to learn on. Well, this is a lot nicer looking, fatter looking, more power. And those Rebel 250s don't go cheap. I bet you a Rebel 250 in good condition goes for about what this sells new. It's like $2,600 or $2,700 this goes for. Yeah, Cruise is nice. So cruising, driving on the road, temperature gauge seems to stay just below that red bar. Personally, should have gave it 1 bar before the fan kicked on and then go to the red. Let's check out the anti-lock brakes on this sand up here. Oh yeah, it works. Actually, it handles the bumps pretty good. Vin Cheezel approved for sure. Stay tuned for the next long ride I do on this. Get some miles on it, break it in some more.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Get this tire off of here and that metal exoskeleton. See what we got under here. 110/80-18 front tire. Does have anti-lock brakes. That's what those sensors are for. Decent sized front rotor. Look at that. Liquid cool, boys. Wow. That's where they're getting the extra horsepower from. This might be pretty impressive. Kind of looking like it may be. Oh, metallic black. Get all that packaging off of there. Get our handlebars up there. Our gauge holds that on. Pull your exhaust out of there. This is what's in the box. Tool kit. 2 different length spacers, bolts for the handlebars, a cover for the side, and a brake lever tip. Your exhaust donut, your nuts to hold the exhaust on, rubber tips for the axle bolts, and reflectors for the forks. Now's the point where I'd probably put the center stand down and a jack under the front so I can put that front wheel on. Since I have a lift, I'm going to lift this up and do it the easier way. Darn it, got one dent. I haven't found a birthmark, but I found a dent. Check out that radiator, boys. Liquid cooled. Headlight looks like this. Let's straighten that out right now. Gotta pop that off with a screwdriver. Let's see what kind of headlight assembly we got. It's LED with a heat sink on it. Now we'll just rotate this so it looks like that. And we'll screw this back on. Before we put the front wheel on, let's put on the front brake, clutch, and all that stuff so it's out of the way. Take off the rear clamp. Notice that has to go up. Put the bolts in just loosely snug. Hook up your front brake switch. There is no polarity, just make sure that you're on that tab with the metal connector. The clutch and your other control switches we'll put on now. Left side controls have a little pin. Line up with the hole under here, then put the screws in. You can tighten that right up. Now we'll put the clutch lever. Leave that loose, of course, for when we sit on it so we can adjust everything. And just snug it up a little bit so with a little pressure you can move it. Put the mirrors on, left side. As you run that nut all the way up, put it about there. And you tighten that down. Right side. Big enough wrench isn't supplied, so you have to use your own on that. Let's get this front wheel on. One of those spacers are longer than the other. Take this keeper out. The brake, and I don't squeeze the brakes. So to determine which shim goes where, center it with the caliper here, and then see which side is further away. So this side is further away than this side. So this side takes the shorter one, and the longer spacer goes on the brake side. Actually, you're going to put a little bit of grease on the inside of this lip. The axle bearings are double cup sealed, so you don't have to grease the shaft or anything like that. So we'll put a little bit of grease here so it seals the water out a little better and it won't bind up on a rubber and make noise like some of them have. Alright, short one here, longer spacer there. Get it all together now. Get that axle bolt, put that nice shiny new nut on this side. Tighten it up, 40-50 foot-pounds. Once you tighten that up, make sure the wheel rotates freely. Pump up the brakes. Make sure it still rotates freely. Let's get our fender on. This fender also acts as a stiffener for these front forks. These 4 cap screws. Tighten them all down. And it looks like the front is complete. Now we'll put the exhaust. Unwrap your exhaust. Got the O2 sensor on there. Don't forget your crush washer. Get that up in there. Well, it's not going to stay, so we'll have to do it when we get it together. Back of the exhaust is going to go to this bolt. Now the exhaust tab will be on the outside of these bushings for that mount. Don't tighten it up so we can get everything lined up. Put our washer in there, close it in. And these 2 nuts. Crush washer went in there pretty easy. Tighten these up and torque them evenly back and forth, and get them pretty snug, not over tight. I don't know, maybe 18 foot-pounds if that. About like that. Make sure it's nice and even. Now you can tighten this up. We're going to end up rechecking the bolts, especially on the header manifold after a couple of heating and cooling cycles. Now let's run our O2 sensor up, plug that in over here. I ran mine behind the horn. Let's get our brake pedal piece on here. Get our little cover on there, like that. Our little caps on. Well, they're not going to hold on that one. Well, might hold on that one. Yeah, probably better off without them. They're going to fall off. Now would be the time to put the reflectors on here if you'd like. I think they deliberately do not fill this to the top so it doesn't overflow, but it looks like that green glycol. So let's top that off and put it to the low mark on cold. Check the oil level. Make sure it's on the center stand and level. We are good. Yes, you can use the oil that comes with it as braking oil. Many years ago, they used to send it with a mineral oil. They do not do that anymore. We're ready to let her down. Let's connect up the battery. MFX9A-RS, and it is a gel battery, 9 amp hour. This is your port for your computer. Get that strap off so we can pull the battery out a little bit. Get to our hardware. That's the positive. Put the positive first, which is red, and then the negative last. Positive first. If you have a negative ground, that's so if you hit something, it won't short out and spark. Negative last. Put the strap on, no pun intended. Before we put this cover on, let's make sure this thing fires up. Yep, I hear the fuel pump and the gauge started up. Before we put the cover on, this is where the tools go, and probably your registration and insurance card. Put our key back in that cover and unlock it, and we get this cover back on. You might have to lift up a little bit to guide that in this lower hole. That's what she said. Make sure that's latched. Put some fuel in there, and we'll see if she starts. Go through one heat cycle at least. Get that blue stuff off of there while that's off. Oh, you need the key to put that on and off. So it's wise to go over all the bolts and make sure they're tight. Just give it a once over. These little rubber tie down things are for holding your cables and stuff. We'll put them on. The moment of truth, boys. Let's see if she starts. Oh yeah, she started. Warm up. Radiator's warming up a little already. Motor sounds good. The air brake fluid's good. There's the water pump. O-ring chain, boys. Got a fan on the radiator. USB outlet. 300cc counterbalance, 4-valve, liquid cooled, 26.8 horsepower.
RPS Cruiser tearing through the night, power and style in the pale moonlight. 6 gears to freedom, leave the world behind. The road is my kingdom, my throne's the ride.
Temperature gauge is getting up there. Hasn't kicked the fan on yet. Pretty responsive. Fan kicked on, so that's a good sign. See how hot we are here. Oh yeah, she's up in the red. Well, just pull it down so that fan is working. It's functioning properly. The fan's coming on and off. Did a few times.
RPS Cruiser tearing through the night, power and style in the pale moonlight. 6 gears to freedom, leave the world behind. The road is my kingdom, my throne's the ride.
Thanks, Greg. 3 key tags going out to you.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.